want you to meet Julie Erskine, Julie. Phyllis Lindstrom.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm sorry about Lars. I really liked him.
Never mind that, dear. I was just telling Julie what a hard time you were having finding a job. And she tells me that there's an opening in her photography studio.
You have a photography studio?
Yeah, commercial photography.
Oh.
Would you be interested?
Would I be interested? Oh, yes. Oh, I've always had a flair for the aesthetic.
Then why don't you come down to the studio on Monday? We're shooting an ad for a new roach killer. Hi.
Hi, Julie. So nice to see you again.
Hey, come on into my office.
Oh, sure.
Hey, Julie. Listen, this dog, The dog's a lousy model. Can't you get me a better one?
I tried, but Sybil Shepherd wouldn't wear a flea collar. Let me ask you a few questions. We occasionally work long hours and long weekends. Would that bother you?
No, not at all.
The job pays $150 a week.
$150 a week.
Would that be all right?
Yes.
There'd be a lot of running around looking for props and things. Do you drive?
Yes, I do. And I love that sort of thing, poking around antique stores, junk shops.
Yeah, well, that sounds fine. Any questions you want to ask me?
Yes. Did you and Laura sleep together? I found out that Lars proposed to you before he proposed to me.
So what?
Well, it means he lied to me. All those years he told me I was the only woman he had ever loved.
And you believed him when he said that?
Of course.
That's the kind of simple, innocent faith in a man's words that got the Indians the shaft.
I think I'm wasting your time.
Phyllis, wait. There's something very dangerous going through my head. I feel this need to fix up your life. You've got a way of doing that to people, don't you?
I don't need your help.
You don't need help. You need Catherine Kuhlman. Look, I'm about to offer you a job. I'm doing this because I'm an expert on people's abilities. Now, let me tell you something. You are virtually unemployable.
Well, let me tell you something. You're right. Julie, I appreciate your offering me this job, but it just wouldn't work out.
Why?
Because every time I looked at you, I would be reminded of a fact that I don't know how to cope with. The fact that I am not Lars' first choice, that there was a woman in the world that he would have preferred to marry.
So what? Wasn't there any man in the world that you would have preferred to Lars?
Of course not.
Come on, Phyllis, be honest. Let's just suppose that the very day Lars proposed to you, you were proposed to by Cary Grant, Tyrone Power, Humphrey Bogart, and Clark Gable. Which one would you have chosen? Well?
Wait, I got it narrowed down to Tyrone and Clark.
Look, I assume that you and Lars had a good life, a good marriage, and that you loved each other very much, or else you wouldn't be acting like such a yo-yo. What does it matter how you happen to choose each other? All that matters is that you did.
You're nice. You really are nice. I mean, if I'd been Lars, I would have preferred you to me, too. Could you still want me for the job?
Of course I do. I think you'd be terrific at it.
Well, in that case, I'd like $170 a week. Oh, Julie, I promise I'll never bring up the subject again, but I really would like an answer. Did you and Lars sleep together?
Look, Phyllis, I went out with the man 40, 50 times. What do you think?
I think you didn't.
Well, will that stop the engine from knocking? You don't know? Well, if you just replace the valve guides, how long will that last? You don't know? Why is it going to take you so long to do the overhaul? What do you mean you have to send to Europe for the parts? My car is a Chevy. You didn't know? Listen, Satch, I'll think about it and I'll call you back.
Stop yelling at me. I've been all over town. Look,
Get another one before the store closes.
What's the
please.
trouble?
Look at...
I asked Phyllis to get a candle for the table. Look what she buys.
That's all they had.
Phyllis, blow it out. Look, Leo, you gotta let the models go at 4.
Yeah.
Shoot the picture without the candle.
Shoot the picture without the candle. Shoot, Shoot the picture without the candle? The entire composition is built around the candle. The candle lights the label on the wine. It puts the glow in her cheeks, the sparkle in his eyes. The candle sets the mood for the whole. The candle is the picture.
Leo, shoot the picture without the candle.
Good idea.
Phyllis, could I see you for a second? Phyllis?
I know I've been wrong. It's just that all day my mind has been somewhere else. See, I have this terrible problem. Could we talk about it?
Do we have to?
No.
Ever since you've been working here, I would say on the average of 3 times a week, you come in here with some terrible problem you have to discuss. Well, I have problems of my own, you know.
Oh, Julie, of course you do. We're always talking about my problems. It's been so selfish of me. Oh, Julie, tell me, talk to me about your problems.
Well, the valves of my hydraulic lifters are improperly aligned. And unless I replace the valve guides and the lifters and get my seats grinded, my valves will collide with my piston and I'll need a complete overhaul.
Gee, I don't know what to say.
That's all right. I feel better just talking about it.
Could we talk about me now?
Sure.
Well, it's Bess. Bess has become a woman.
There's a lot of that going around.
I let her go away on a skiing weekend, and I have reason to believe that she met some boy and that she...
What you're trying to tell me is that Bess is no longer as pure as the snow she's been skiing on?
I don't know.
First, you've got to get the facts straight. You've got to find out if what you think happened to Bess really happened.
How do I do that?
Ask her.
Of course, I just ask her, and she'll tell me. Well, there's no point in panicking until I find out the facts. I mean, I'll just ask her, and then she'll tell me.
And either way, you're going to feel better. If nothing happened, you'll feel better. And even if something did happen, Bess is a mature, intelligent, sensible girl, so I'm sure she'll lie to you. Phyllis, you've got to get some perspective on this thing. It's a different world today from the one you grew up in. Even from the one I grew up in. There's certain things kids today just don't think are wrong, that we did think were wrong. Not that we didn't do them, but we thought they were wrong. In fact, that's why we did them.
I know the world is changing, Julie, and I try to keep up with it. I try to be a now, today, with it woman. I try to keep up with all the latest synonyms for marijuana. I try to remember all the minority handshakes. I try to remember it's not John Elton.
What about the fourth date?
I don't think anybody ever asked.
Listen, Phyllis, you don't even really know what happened at the lodge. You have to talk to Bess. And not just to find out what happened, but to let her know that whatever happened, and whatever may happen in the future, you're ready to listen to her and you want to help. Talk to her, Phyllis.
I can't. I can't. I just never discussed this sort of thing with Bess. It was always Lars. It was Lars who taught Bess the facts of life. In fact, it was Lars who told me the facts of life. I just wouldn't know what to say to her.
Phyllis, you're her mother. Didn't your mother ever have a heart-to-heart with you?
Yes. My mother was wonderful that way. Oh, I remember one time she caught me smoking. She sat me down and she said, Phyllis, I don't care what you do so long as you do it in front of me.
Somehow, I don't think that's the right advice for Bess and Donald.
But you're right, I have to talk to her. Oh, how I wish Lars were here. At least I'd have somebody to blame for all this.
Morning.
Bye. Look, we'll talk about it later, okay?
Talk? About what?
Just a little problem.
What kind of problem? Maybe I can help.
Oh, no, thank you, Leo. It's just not the sort of thing I'd feel like discussing with a man.
Even if you were a woman, I wouldn't want to talk to you.
Leo, wait. Maybe it wouldn't hurt to get a man's point of view.
Shoot.
Leo, suppose you had a 17-year-old daughter.
What's her name?
Her name?
It's my daughter. I'm entitled to know.
Her name is Allison.
Okay.
Suppose
How's she doing in school?
What difference does it make?
I'm her father.
Straight A's.
That's my Allison.
All right. What would you do if you found out that your 17-year-old daughter was deeply involved with a boy?
I put an end to it. Because as hip as I am a firm believer in the old-fashioned virtues.
Leo, what if you had a son? Biff!
Oh, please, I've got enough trouble with this rotten daughter.